Hi friends, this is our 19th essay, as you have seen, of Regiment of Health by Francis Bacon. We have already seen points like you are the best judge of your habits, your health, your diets, your exercising and such things. And secondly, we saw that if you change, if you make changes in your day-to-day affairs, then your exercising, your diet and so on, don't change just one, but remember to change other connected things also. These are the 2 points that we saw. And now we have got the next one. Examine thy customs of diet, your sleep, your exercise, your apparel, dress also. Because winter garments you cannot use during summer days. Summer garments, summer wear you cannot use during winter wear. So you should be careful about your dress also, habits of dress and the like. And try in anything thou shalt judge hurtful to discontinue it. Suppose you change. So you used to take, suppose, a liter of milk every morning. Somebody said that it's not good for your health. So you stop. Instead you start taking water. And after 15 days or 20 days you find you are very tired, you cannot proceed with your work and so on. Then discontinue it. And that discontinuing should be done little by little. That means you should don't stop at one stroke. If you are continuous, you want to discontinue drinking water, then what you do is you start half liter, then a quarter of a liter, then like that you should reduce. That's what he says. So discontinue it little by little, because there is a rule that don't surprise your body. Okay? But as if thou dost find any inconvenience by change, then thou canst come back to it again. So that's the thing. So you stopped drinking milk. Then you started drinking water. But again, the point is that don't stop drinking milk all on a sudden. Reduce it. And then come to 0. After which start taking water. That also not all on a sudden 1 liter, but say 250 milli, 500 milli, like that. Now going up and coming down should be little by little, slow. Don't surprise your body. There is a rule. Don't surprise your body. Totally exercise. Somebody says that 100 push-up will be good for your health. And you start suddenly 100 push-up. Next day you will be in hospital. But on the other hand, first day you do 1, second day 2, after a week 5, after 15 days 20, after a month 50, after 3 months 100. Then it will be alright. Suppose if it happens that it does harm to you, same thing, come back. That too, little by little. So you should be able to come back to it again. For it is hard to distinguish that which is generally held good and wholesome, means healthy, from that which is good particularly, individual, and fit for thine own body. So sometimes you will see in advertisements, so if you take some, say, food drink or something, you will become healthy. Till when you get old, you yourself will say, oh, I am tired, I cannot do it. Then the doctors will prescribe neurobiome. I have seen it in advertisement. Or ensure, another one, ensure. Now you start taking that, suppose it creates stomach problems and so on. You should be able to come back to your original position. Because what is generally good and healthy may not be good and healthy for you. This is the case with diet, This is the case with sleep. This is the case with exercise. This is the case with the dress, the habits of dress and the like. Changes you can make, but if you find, the moment you find that it is not good for you, you should come back. Changes you make little by little, and coming back also little by little. Very important. To be, next he says, that's about your habits like eating and so on. Now what about your mind? Mind also has to be kept healthy. For that, to be free-minded, cheerfully disposed, a sanguine disposition, smiling. Smiling. When you find somebody cracks a joke, just laugh with it. Understand? When you find that something is going wrong, oh, it's okay. Next time it will be all right. Be optimistic. So free-minded, cheerfully disposed. At hours of meat, means when you eat, meat means eat, and also sleep. Don't go to sleep with a burden in your mind. Don't eat with a morose mind and face. Eating. Cheerful. Bring it here. Oh, you take it? Sure. That should be your attitude. Going to bed should be smiling. Should look up and say that, thank God, I got another day. Be happy. Not worrying about it. Many people, there are many atrocious people around you. There are alarming people, alarming incidents you will come across. Still, if you have got trust in God, any God for that matter, that will be alright. Any God, I said, because there is only one God. One God. That's it. That's right. So he said, you can say like that. And sleep, meat and sleep. And of exercise is one of the best precepts, rules of being lasting. Understand? So you can remain, one precepts of long lasting. Rules of, a rule for long lasting. Having a good life. So when you are doing exercise also, don't do like as a burden. Oh, I have to do this. But let's enjoy it and then do. In other words, whatever you do, you enjoy. When you are eating, you enjoy. When you are sleeping, you enjoy. Means enjoy, you cannot, throughout sleep you cannot enjoy, but the beginning of the sleep. And also when you wake up, good God morning. Yes, good God morning. Oh, another day, another fine day, you can say like that. As for the passions and studies of the mind. So this is how you should make your mind free. Sanguine disposition we say. Always look at whatever happens around you with a smile. That is it. Eat with a smile, sleep with a smile. Exercise with a smile. See? As for the passions and studies of the mind, avoid envy. We have done about 10, 11 lectures on envy. Of envy by Francis Bacon. I humbly request you to go through that. Envy is a corrosive passion. Corrosive. It will kill you and also kill the object of envy. Envy. Anxious fears. Always worried. What will happen tomorrow? What will happen? Anxious. Because you cannot do anything with that. With the anxious fears. You have to depend on somebody, some higher authority, and that is God. Spiritual help. Anxious fears. Anger. That will kill you. If you are angry, that means you are destroying yourself. It is just like committing suicide. Don't get angry. Because then all your adrenaline will be released in large quantities and your body will become very tight. And what you can see now, if you have seen rubber band, you can put it like this. After a particular stage, it will break. Same thing our body is. You're angry now, anger, you shiver and quiver, and your blood will go right up to your face, and you will forget yourself, you will become mad. Anger means equivalent to madness. What will happen then? All your body will be shaking, completely thrown out of gear. So that's the thing. So then anger, fretting inwards. Fretting means worrying inwards without any communicating. Always worrying, inward worry. If you are worried, you share with your friend. There is an essay of friendship by Francis Bacon. We have done it. Say, what does he say? Friendship, redoubleth joys and cutteth grief into half. So your joy should be doubled if you share, and your grief will be reduced to half when you share. So don't always worry inward, fretting inwards. Subtle and naughty inquisitions. In of envy there is a play pressure. People who have got play pressure, they inquire about other people's business and compare and all those things. That will destroy your health. Think of that. Yes. Naughty inquisition. Joys and exhilarations in excess. That is, too much excessive happiness is not good. Suppose somebody says that I saw a lizard eating a rat. You go on laughing for one and a half hours. That is called exhilaration, excess of it. Not good. Excess of joy also not good. There should be moderation. Understand? For everything there should be moderation. I saw with my own eyes a person who was a BP patient, blood pressure. What happened? He was laughing with such excitement. What? In 2 minutes time, he had a brain stroke. So even excessive happiness can cause brain strokes. And he was suddenly taken to hospital. So excess of eating is bad. Excess of joy, excess of mirth means happiness. Expression of your happiness. These things are also as bad as anger, envy and so on. Fretting inwards, subtle, naughty inquisition, joys and exhilarations in excess. Sadness not communicated. Grief of the mind. If you don't communicate, whatever it will double. It will triple, so to say. Understand that? That's why remember, friendship. Have a good friend. You can redouble the joys, doubles your joy, and cut up grief into half. When you share your grief with your friend, 50% of that will be shared by your friend. Only 50% will remain with you. So, that is, he says, in excess, and sadness not communicated. These things will definitely hurt your health. So then he says, as far as your body is concerned, your physical body is concerned, you should do exercise, dieting is important, sleeping is important, and all those things are important. But as for your mind, you should always be cheerful. And as for things that you should refrain from, should not do is, that is envy, anxious fears, anger, fretting inwards, subtle and naughty inquisition, joys and exhilaration in excess, and also sadness not communicated. Now, what about entertain in hopes? But rather than joy, say entertain your hopes. You always say, oh, I will have a bright future. And somebody comes to you saying that, oh, you failed in the examination. Oh, I will have a bright future. I will take another course and get a first rank. That is attitude, entertain hopes. Mirth rather than joy means expression of happiness is important. Joy is you are enjoying. It is within your mind. But joy should be expressed and then it becomes mirth. Variety of delights, not just one delight. Suppose you like traveling. You are throughout your life you are traveling. What fun is that? There is variety. Traveling for some day, touring same day for some other time, meeting people another some other time, listening to music, going to theatre, So, or Facebook and so on, social media, interact with the social media. So different things you should do. It's the same thing, like eating. Suppose you like biryani, suppose. So every day you are getting 3 times a day biryani, you start vomiting on the 3rd day. Like that. It's like that. In this way. So entertain your hopes. Mirth rather than joy. Mirth, this means expression of joy is a mirth. Variety of delights rather than surfeit of them. Surfeit means full of one thing. Surfeit means full of one thing. You like going for films. Suppose you go first show, second show, and then morning show, matinee, first show, second show, then what will be the condition? You will become sick. Your eyes will rebel against you. So don't do such kind of thing. Surfeit means when you fill it with the same thing again and again, that will be harmful to you. Then wonder and admiration. Even when you see small things, you express your wonder. Oh, what a fine thing this. You look at the sky, the clean, clear, beautiful sky. Oh, what a sky. At night you look up and see the Milky Way. Oh, what a wonderful, fantastic miracle it is. You are seeing this every day, but you just express your wonder. That's a very important point. Means your mind should be like the mind of a child. For a child, everything is wonder. Like that. So you are then wonder and admiration. And therefore, there is novelties. Even if every morning is a new morning for us. If you look at that. So it's a novel thing. Every morning is a new morning. So there is novelties. Studies that fill the mind with the splendid and illustrious objects. Splendid and good famous subjects, ideas such as, you can see, histories. When you do histories, actually you are traveling in time. When you come across people like Abraham Lincoln, Father Damien, then you have got Mahatma Gandhi, such people, you feel like, at least for some time, becoming like them. So that is histories. Fables, Arabian Nights, Aesop's fables. Very good, no? Reading fables. And also contemplations of nature. Contemplations means meditations on nature. Then your mind will become very healthy. Your body will be healthy, your mind will be healthy. And then you can lead a wholesome life. That is very important precepts to lead a healthy life. That's it. If you read St. Paul's epistles, letters of St. Paul, find almost the same ideas you will find. And one thing you must understand, that he was such a voracious reader of the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, Old Testament, wisdom, literature, Proverbs and so on. See that? So you can see a New Testament and the epistles of St. Paul, and therefore you can see ideas reflecting in his essays. That's the thing. Understand? And you know the famous passage on love by St. Paul. You find the same thing here also. What is it? Be always happy. Letter to the Corinthians, to the and many letters he has written to different groups of people. Almost the same thing. That is what he says. You rejoice. Rejoice. That's what he says. St. Paul says, rejoice. For rejoicing, your mind should be free. There should be no envy, no anger, see that? No fretting inwards, no grief. Instead, you should have an optimistic and positive mind. You look around and enjoy everything. Find novelties everywhere. See that? Read good things like spiritual scriptures you read, writings of great gurus, or histories, fables, and meditations of nature. Then what will happen? You will become perfectly healthy. You won't be suffering from diabetes, no blood pressure, and if you are balanced diet, no cholesterol. So you are the, in fact, including myself, we are the master of our body, our health, how to look after it, and so on. So reading and studying Francis Bacon is very, very, very practical. Understand? That's why morals, counsels, moral and civil. His essays are known as counsels. They are moral and civil. So these are actually both. You have got moral as well as civil precepts for keeping, leading a healthy, wholesome life. Hope that you are following and enjoying my classes. And then before we leave today, look at this. You have spit not in public. Very important now. Regiment of health, management of health. When you don't spit, you are not only saving yourself but others. Gather not in public, wander not in public, entertain not in public, to protect our private life. Of course, these things, the remaining ones are for the present situation or COVID, what we say COVID card, or the COVID times. Just as we have hard times, best times, now this is COVID times. So for that, it's better to observe this, keep yourself healthy, then naturally others will remain healthy. You protect your life, private life, then public life can be protected. I hope that you read this along with this essay. It will be a wonderful experience. See, reading all the essays of Francis Bacon could be very helpful to our day-to-day life. Because actually it is, what you find is the best of almost all, say, Greek history, Roman history. He was immersed in that. Then the Bible, all the books of the Bible. So when you see the value of this Bacon's essays, we consider them as counsels, moral and civil, because this is, we can say that, the gist of all those great books, great writings, histories, and so on. Understand? So it's something that we are precious thing to have a copy of Bacon's essays and read them. So read them, that's the thing. Okay? So bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life.